The secrets of Exegol could be enough to bring the Jedi to their knees. Welcome back to Secrets of the Galaxy Sunday, where we decode the mysteries of a galaxy far, far away. Today, we descend into a place long thought to be legend, a world of perpetual storm, ruled by shadows and veiled from the Force itself. This is Exegol, the Sith's hidden world, the last bastion of the dark side, and possibly the most dangerous location in all of Star Wars. But how did a place so well hidden become the crucible of Sith resurrection, dark science, and planetary destruction? What ancient power built this world, and could it rise again? Let's dive deep into the darkest corner of the galaxy. Hidden within the chaotic lattice of the unknown regions, Exegol wasn't mapped on any Republic chart, nor was it known to most Sith Lords throughout galactic history. Its existence was safeguarded by a maze of hyperspace anomalies so deadly that only a Sith Wayfinder, infused with ancient darkside knowledge, could lead the way. But what lay beyond those shifting corridors? Why was Exegol cloaked in a storm and silence for thousands of years? First canonized in The Rise of Skywalker and expanded upon in the Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary, Exegol was the sanctum sanctorum of the Sith Eternal, a site of Sith cultism that predates even Darth Bane's Rule of Two. The planet was chosen for its unnatural alignment with the dark side of the Force, a focal point of dark energy that seemed to exist outside the natural order. And deep beneath its ashen surface, the Sith Eternal constructed a world unlike any other. But who were the Sith Eternal? And why were they never mentioned by Sith Lords like Plagueis, Bane, or Vader? The Sith Eternal were not part of the mainstream Sith lineage that followed the Rule of Two. They were an offshoot, an ultra-secretive cult composed of Sith loyalists, zealots, alchemists, engineers, prophets, and fanatics who believed in the eventual resurrection of Sith dominance through ritual, science, and bloodline. According to the Visual Dictionary and the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker, the Sith Eternal survived in isolation on Exegol for millennia, preserving forbidden lore, conducting experiments, and slowly building a hidden civilization entirely devoted to the return of the Sith Empire. Wearing red ceremonial robes and chanting in Sith dialects, the cult oversaw cloning labs, shipyards, and shrines devoted to the ancient Sith deities. Their ultimate mission? To restore the Sith to absolute galactic control by forging a living embodiment of Sith legacy. They weren't just trying to bring back Palpatine, they were trying to build a dark messiah. When Darth Sidious was cast into the abyss by Anakin Skywalker aboard the Death Star 2, his physical body was obliterated, but his spirit, corrupted, wrathful, and steeped in ancient Sith alchemy, survived the fall. According to the novelization and Star Wars Secrets of the Sith, Palpatine had long prepared for death. Through Sith rituals and technology, he created clone bodies on Exegol as possible vessels for his soul. One of these became his new host, but the vessel was imperfect. It could not contain his full power, and required constant support from darkside machines and life-sustaining harnesses. But if the body was so frail, how could he lead an empire again? The answer came in the form of legacy. Palpatine's solution was not to remain in his weakened state, but to pass his essence into a body that could hold it. So what role did Rey play in his plan? And why was she so crucial to the Sith Eternal's prophecy? to the Sith Eternal's prophecy. Rey, born of a failed Strandcast, and thus the biological granddaughter of Palpatine, became the centerpiece of his final scheme. By luring her to Exegol and manipulating through despair and rage, Sidious hoped she would strike him down in anger. That act, a symbolic Sith ritual, would allow his essence to pass into her, and through her, the Sith Order would live again. This is why Palpatine says in The Rise of Skywalker, "Strike me down in anger, and my spirit will pass into you. As all the Sith live in me, you will be Empress. We will be one." In essence, Rey was to become the vessel of the Sith Eternal, not just a dark side convert, but a host for thousands of Sith spirits, including Palpatine himself. But here's where the story gets more unsettling. What if, by killing Palpatine, Rey actually fulfilled the ritual, just not in the way we expected? When Rey uses the power of all the Jedi to reflect Sidious's Force lightning back at him, she doesn't strike in anger. She stands in defiance, calm and centered. She does not give in to hate. Yet some fans have theorized that because she killed him using his own power, she may have inadvertently completed the ritual in a twisted way. This theory, discussed heavily among Star Wars fans, suggests that Palpatine's essence may have partially transferred into Rey. Clues: her yellow saber, her struggle with identity, and the faint Sith echoes she experiences during her vision on the Death Star 2. Despite rejecting the throne, the dark lineage may still linger within her, waiting. The massive obsidian throne Palpatine sits upon during Rey's arrival was described in The Art of the Rise of Skywalker as a visual representation of ancient Sith prophecy. Modelled on early Macquarie concepts, it was said to be the seat of the last Sith, a prophesied figure who would rule the galaxy, reborn through power and bloodline. This throne wasn't just symbolic. It was intended to bind Rey's will to the Sith spirits, channeling generations of Sith knowledge into a single ruler. It was not just a throne, but a conduit. From the depths of Exegol's underground foundries rose thousands of Zistian-class Star Destroyers, each outfitted with axial super lasers capable of annihilating entire planets. With this force, Palpatine would create a new Sith Empire, with himself, or Rey, as its supreme ruler. The Final Order was meant to be a phoenix born of Empire's ashes, a navy forged in secret, unbound by the treaties of the New Republic, and blessed by ancient Sith prophecy. So what happened after Rey's victory? Did Exegol collapse into the void, or does something still remain? During the climactic battle, the Resistance, joined by an enormous civilian fleet, launched a full-scale assault. Lando Calrissian, piloting the Millennium Falcon, coordinated the attack, while ground forces targeted Exegol's navigation towers. When Palpatine was destroyed, a massive eruption of dark energy caused the Sith Citadel to collapse. Most of the Final Order was decimated, and the fleet fell into chaos. The Resistance declared victory. But here's the catch: Exegol itself was never truly destroyed. While the temple was shattered, and many cultists killed, the planet remains. As revealed in interviews and the Visual Dictionary, many of the secrets, like hidden laboratories, Sith scriptures, and cloning vats, may still lie buried beneath the surface. Could those remnants still be active? Could another darkside acolyte find them? Exegol was more than a planet. It was a crucible of resurrection, a secret archive of forbidden power, and the final gasp of an ancient religion. But despite its defeat, the darkness there was never truly extinguished. And with the galaxy once again in flux, The question now isn't whether the Sith will return, but whether they ever truly left. If you enjoyed this deep dive, let me know in the comments. Do you think Rey completed the ritual in some unknown way? What other secrets could lie buried beneath Exegol storms? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a Sunday deep dive. Thanks for watching.